let's move into the change that has been taking place in the district over the last 6 years. You were at a point in time 6 years ago, you were a very, very different district than you are today. Take us back. What did the district look like? What did the behaviors, what did instruction look like? How were the kids feeling in that environment? And then let's talk about the turning point, if you will.
Sure. 6 years ago, when I first got to the district office, we were teaching, teachers to teach to the test, right? It was, here's the blueprint, from the state, and these are the standards that are going to be on the test, and let's drill and kill, and stand and deliver a lecture. Let's make sure that, we're timing students. Let's make sure that everything was very unauthentic, with regard to the learning. It was very rigid, and it was boring for students. And often what we would hear is, why do I need to learn this? When will I ever use this? And the response from us as educators was it's going to be on the test, right? And we got to get to this 800 score, and this is how our state is going to rank our school district, and everyone's going to see our score. So you just learn it and regurgitate everything back on the test. So it was when we first walked in, we were walking into that. And I say we because 6 years ago we got a new superintendent. We got a brand new cabinet, with the exception of one person that I think had 5 years of district office experience. So we were all very, very new, and our school board and our superintendent set the vision for what he wanted, which was a relevant education to all students, which meant applying learning. He wanted to see students apply what they learn in the classroom, which was a huge, huge shift from where we were, right? Teacher in front of the class, lecture, students were being taught how to take notes for the test. Students were being taught how to game the test, right? Eliminate these two answers, right? And focus on, the two answers which you probably think are going to be correct. So it was just a very, very different way.
I would imagine folks were really struggling at that point when the new crew came in, right?
Yeah, it really was the perfect storm, because our students were, disengaged, and everyone that moved in to the cabinet, we were all former principals, and we saw the disconnect that our students had. So yeah, it was a perfect storm to have a new administrative team come in and really shift the climate and the culture of our district.
Oh, so what did excuse me, what did community outreach look like? You got a new superintendent coming in who has a new vision. What did that look like?
It was rather tumultuous to begin with, because there was change that was upon the horizon, and our superintendent did a great job of to begin planting the seeds of his vision, throughout his first year. And my first year here at the district office was a lot of learning and a lot of listening, and a lot of reflection of everything that you're hearing. And there was a lot of fear from our community and our parents, because what we were wanting to implement, what we were going to implement, was very different one that they were accustomed to, right? Parents in our community were accustomed to students going to school. Here's what you need to know. You take your test, you get your grade, perfect, right? Parents had a lot of control over that kind of learning. And what we were proposing was very different, because parents did not have a lot of the control in the learning for the student, because we're trying to build student agency, right? We're trying to build student voice and critical thinking skills and creativity, and all of that is so new to our staff, new to our parents. So there was a lot of fear. What are you doing? Everything that you were doing was working. Why are you changing? So there was a lot of fear with our community, for sure.
And what did you notice about the kids? How did the kids respond?
Oh, the kids were great. I think that a lot of times you look at school systems, and you talk to, community members, and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know how you do it. You work with teenagers all day. It's like, the kids are great. They're the best part of the job. The kids were embraced, the change, embraced what we were wanting to do, because, they were seeing the potential of having student voice and choice in their learning. And instead of the teacher being the sage on the stage, right? It was the focus was on the students. What are the students doing? Not what the teacher is teaching. What are the skills? What are the students doing in that classroom? And the focus was really on them. So the students engaged the change.
Got it. If you would, Costa, put a fine point on what Kirsten and I refer to as the why, or the North Star. What was behind the superintendent's desire to have kids be able to apply their learning and have things be more relevant? What was the vision there for kids going forward?
The vision was students were not prepared for life after high school. And they were being filled with knowledge. They were not being filled with skills to confront a difficult situation. Perseverance, grit, collaborating among groups, working among other stakeholders. They didn't have those skills. And what we were hearing from employers as we were wanting to, as we were, moving into career technical education and working with their institutions of higher education, it's like, look, you guys are doing great with the knowledge, but you're sitting as students and folks that don't have these skills, and these skills were, the collaboration, the working with others, and persevering, having to be pushed, right? Having to struggle a little bit, to achieve the goal. And that was really that at the focal point. It was an outcry of our community, of our local businesses, of our institutions of higher ed, saying, look, don't worry so much about this content. There are these other areas, these other skills that we need to have students acquire before they get to us.